Hi, my name is Olivia, and today I will be briefly covering the National Road Safety Partnership Program evaluation, which was prepared and finalised in 2021 by the Monash University Accident Research Centre. Before we begin, I'd like to acknowledge and thank Jerome Castlake and Associate Professor Sharon Newnham for their hard work and support in preparing this report. I'd also like to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land that I'm streaming in on, the land of the Gadigal and Birrabirragal people. To start, I will provide an overview of the history and operations of the NRSPP. The program was established following the publication of the 2011 to 2020 National Road Safety Strategy, which highlighted the shared responsibility of road safety between government, industry, and the broader community. The NRSPP was formed by the National Transport Commission following extensive consultation with industry and launched by its inaugural host, the Australian Road Research Board, in 2014. In 2020, the NRSPP moved to its new host, MUARC. The program was established to bring together businesses, researchers, and government in an industry-led collaborative network to support Australian organisations to implement a positive road safety culture. It provides free networking, support, practical tools, and education to assist organisations in making road safety part of their organisational culture, drawing on local and international good practice. The vision of the program is all businesses and organisations striving to eliminate serious injury and death from work-related vehicle crashes. Program partners are a vital part of the NRSPP, and the program has 5 active categories of partners, including core funders, who form the governance board, an industry-led steering committee, sponsor partners who fund specific projects or elements of the program partners who facilitate and grow the program by sharing and championing road safety knowledge and its benefits, and working group partners who are involved in NRSPP's working groups, which are short-term formal collaborations which bring together subject matter experts to explore specific, prioritised areas of risk. The NRSPP has not previously been subject to a comprehensive evaluation, and accordingly, the Steering Committee commissioned MUARC to undertake this evaluation to inform the strategic direction of the program. The evaluation was guided by the Institute of Work and Health Research Impact Model, which distinguishes between 3 pillars of impact, including immediate, intermediate, and final measures of performance. The overarching aim of the evaluation was to document and assess NRSPP activities since the establishment of the program in 2014. Several approaches to data collection were utilised to achieve this, including a search of academic and grey literature, analysis of content on the NRSPP website, use of digital analytic tools to measure NRSPP's user reach, and an online survey distributed to 111 key stakeholders, including all program partners and active external stakeholders. A total of 43 responses were recorded. To ensure methodological rigour, a subject matter expert in workplace road safety additionally reviewed the evaluation during the drafting stage. First, I will outline the key findings for the immediate outcome indicators, which aims to identify evidence to demonstrate the extent to which the NRSPP has engaged in activities that promote, create, and disseminate information on workplace road safety. We found that there has been continuous growth in the number of program partners and working group members between 2012 and 2021, and at the time of the evaluation, the NRSPP had attracted 94 program partners and 189 working group members. Half of the NRSPP stakeholders represent workplace organisations in the transportation sector, 31% are external stakeholders, 16% represent government agencies, and 3% academic institutions. The central location for NRSPP outputs is their website, which was made open access in August 2016. Since this time, the website has hosted over 220,000 users and has demonstrated exponential growth in yearly usage. The majority of users are located in Australia. However, the website receives international usage, primarily from the United States and the United Kingdom. In the Knowledge Centre, the NRSPP disseminates both internally created and externally sourced road safety content. Over 1,700 resources are available, organised according to the SAFE system approach. The most prominent category of content is safe users, covering topics such as distraction, fatigue, and substance use, followed by road safety management, including topics such as fleet management, corporate social responsibility, and vehicle as a workplace. The program has been successful in producing a large number of knowledge creation outputs. This represents a core activity of the NRSPP and includes the active identification of knowledge gaps, which are addressed through the creation of content in collaboration with industry, research, and academic experts. A total of 532 knowledge creation outputs have been produced between 2013 and 2021. The evaluation found that all content creation categories have demonstrated strong cumulative growth in this time, with the exception of policy papers, guides, and supports, which have remained stagnant since 2014. Despite this, the NRSPP has been involved in a number of submissions to government since this time. Content analysis of knowledge creation resources found that instead of conducting its own basic or applied research, NRSPP emphasizes the transformation of what is explicitly known into accessible forms of information communication. In addition to knowledge creation, the program has been successful in disseminating a substantial quantity of high-quality, credible external resources. The program has disseminated over 1,200 external resources, with the most common category of content disseminated being evidence-based content, including peer-reviewed journal articles on road safety topics. Furthermore, NRSPP activities have been consistently identified in evidence-based outputs, such as journal and conference publications, since 2013. Reference and book chapter outputs have also emerged between 2018 and 2020. Finally, the program was also found to facilitate the sharing of knowledge and enhancing communication between organisations through its working groups. The program has established a total of 11 working groups involving 189 working group members. The number of working groups has exhibited steady growth between 2015 and 2021, while working group member growth has remained inconsistent over time, likely due to the development of smaller working groups with fewer partners. Next, we will look at the key findings for the intermediate outcome indicators, which aim to understand the extent to which the NRSPP has had an influence on key decision makers in workplace road safety. Findings support the influence of NRSPP activities and outputs on key stakeholders and decision makers in the transportation system in Australia. This figure presents an overview of 3 intermediate outcome indicators, where reference was made to the NRSPP in government material, external stakeholder material, and scientific reports. The figure shows consistent reference in government materials since 2014, with a slight increase in 2019 and 2020. These materials have primarily been national road safety action plans and strategy status reports. However, the program's influence has diversified to a state-level action plans from 2019 onwards. Numerous government entities additionally endorsed the NRSPP as a recommended road safety resource, suggesting that the NRSPP is endorsed as a valuable mechanism of change for improving workplace organisational road safety. Reference to the program in external stakeholder materials is sporadically present. Reference to the program in these materials is varied and includes using the program as an example of a successful national road safety initiative and reference to knowledge creation outputs. Lastly, reference to materials produced by the NRSPP in scientific reports in 2019 provides preliminary support for the influence of the program in academic and research settings. 2 of these reports were produced in Australia and 1 in the United States. Although limited, this suggests that program activities may be addressing valuable knowledge gaps in the occupational road safety space, facilitating the forward movement of policy and practice. At an industry level, evidence exists to demonstrate that NRSPP activities aid workplace policy and practice. For example, Origin Energy lists the NRSPP in their 2018 Health, Safety and Environmental Management Approach policy document as a source of industry guidance that assists the organisation to continuously evolve their safety leadership. Feedback relayed from partners provides additional insight into this indicator, with Zurich Insurance noting that they include several NRSPP resources as part of their risk management report to clients, and multiple organisations noting that they use toolbox talks as part of their workplace training and education programs. Further support for the influence of the NRSPP on workplace policy and practice was sought through the survey. Findings indicate that partners primarily utilised program outputs for staff education and awareness-raising purposes, and for keeping up to date with research and practice trends. In addition, some evidence suggests that partners use program resources for procedure development and policy-making purposes. Lastly, we will look at key findings for the final outcome indicators, which aim to understand the extent to which the NRSPP has impacted individual and workplace health and safety outcomes. These findings were additionally sourced through the survey, where participants were asked to indicate how their partnership with the program has assisted them in achieving organisational safety outcomes in the previous year. Findings demonstrate that the NRSPP has positively impacted workplace health and safety outcomes for key stakeholders. 50% of respondents indicated that the program has helped them integrate new safety good practice into day-to-day operations, improve employee safety knowledge, and workplace safety culture. Overall, 27% of respondents recognised the NRSPP as assisting them in achieving a reduction in workplace crashes and in introducing improved procedures. Fewer respondents indicated that the NRSPP has helped them achieve a positive spillover effect to other road users, a reduction in workplace injuries, traffic infringement notices, workplace compensation claims, or insurance premiums. No respondents attributed their membership as assisting them in improving employee retention. The lack of findings for these indicators may be attributable to the significant challenges in measuring final outcomes and identifying factors across the transportation system which contribute to safety incidents. An additional explanation may be a lag effect in the process of change between immediate, intermediate, and final outcomes, and as such, it may be too early to attribute final outcomes to NRSPP activities and outputs. Furthermore, qualitative comments indicate partners perceive the provision of an extensive network of industry experts as a key benefit to being involved in the program, in addition to access to previously unavailable support services and resources. The present evaluation documented and assessed NRSPP activities since the establishment of the program in 2014. The report identified consistent evidence that the program has engaged in activities including knowledge production, advancement, and dissemination. Findings demonstrate that the program has achieved growth in key immediate outcome indicators between 2014 and 2021. Furthermore, evidence was found to support the influence of NRSPP activities on key decision makers in organisational road safety, including government, external stakeholders, the research sector, and workplace organisations. Final outcome results suggest that the program activities have been effective in contributing to an improvement in some key workplace health and safety outcomes for stakeholders. The report additionally asked stakeholders to provide feedback on how the program can improve, with numerous responses recorded as outlined on this slide. Evaluation findings and these recommendations have already guided NRSPP activities, including focusing on the knowledge creation topics most useful for stakeholders, working to build further connections with the research sector, and leveraging social media to promote findings and increase the reach of the program. This report will continue to be used to guide the strategic direction of the program moving forward and facilitate the uptake and use of NRSPP activities and outputs, with the overarching goal of supporting organisations to improve road safety within their fleets. Thank you very much for your time, and I hope that you enjoy your conference.